Senate Committee on Power has raised concerns over the liquidation crisis within the power sector, lamenting that the tariff shortfalls in the industry have indicated that the government owes about 200 billion naira to electricity generating companies every month. The committee disclosed this since last year. The government has not paid the power producers, and that this has raised the debt to about 800 billion naira. The chairman of the committee, Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, disclosed this while fielding questions from journalists during a retreat held in Ikotemene, Akwa Ibom on Saturday. The retreat, organized by the Nigerian Electricity and Regulatory Commission, was to prefer solutions to critical and emerging issues in the Nigerian power sector. Abaribe expressed worries that the government has yet to make any payment to the power firms this year, indicating that the country is already indebted by 800 billion naira in addition to previous indebtedness amounting to over 3 trillion naira. It was actually 4 trillion naira. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, while giving an overview of the power sector reforms, highlighted the achievements of the President Bola Tinubu-led administration, especially in the area of an increase in power generation. He also listed the challenges of the sector to include funding paucity and vandalism of energy equipment, among others, saying only in this country are energy equipment being vandalized in such magnitude. If I may recall, the amounts that's been in question here was actually 4 trillion naira, and they're stating it's 3 trillion naira, probably added with the 200 billion naira monthly amount, the 800 billion naira, that is being owed. The question is, if we compile the loans we have been taking from the World Bank, how come the federal government is still owing these schools up till now? I just want to get your thoughts on this, please, Barrister Mikey. All
right. Let me lay a foundation to that. Adelabu said that it is only in a country like Nigeria that this magnitude of vandalization can take place or is taking place. I'm sorry to tell Adelabu that it is only in a country like Nigeria that the government can allow foreign terrorists to invade it, carry out systematic genocide against its indigenous population, going ahead to blow down the power stations, because it's the terrorists that do that. It is only in Nigeria, and that is very unfortunate. That reminds me of the earlier this thing I told you when somebody came up to say that, I think Ganduje, that China has one party state, and somebody responded by telling me that in China they execute their corrupt politicians and they are doing well with it. He has not responded to that. I'm very sorry to tell Adelabu that this is the situation that we find ourselves. Nigerian government is responsible for the crisis in the power sector. Because how can you abandon your primary responsibility of protecting lives and property of your citizens from whom you derive power? Authority in the other sense, not light in this sense. And then you are coming around to blame the people. There's no country in the world that don't borrow. The question is, what do you borrow for? Do you borrow to solve a problem, or you borrow to eat? In economics, they will not take you to be a serious man if you borrow to marry, to throw party. Because wedding is a ceremony, while marriage commences immediately after the ceremony. People are arguing now that the reason why marriages are collapsing is because people put more energy in preparing for wedding as against preparing for marriage. They are two distinct things. Nigerian government borrow money to buy yachts, to buy SUVs for senators on ground that there is insecurity and bad roads, and refuse to fix the bad road and to tackle the insecurity. It is the insecurity that is emboldening the terrorists to blow down the power stations. So on whom do you put the blame? It is the government. That's me. I don't know where you want me to retract that. Do you understand? It's like a father who is misbehaving and then try to restrain the daughter from misbehaving, and the daughters are aware of his own escapade with other young girls. He will lose authority in his house. That's the way these things go. So it's very unfortunate. So when the government borrow money for misplaced priorities, what do you expect? That's it. No reasonable government in the world borrow money for enjoyment. What are we producing? Instead, you heard that the previous government sold out our oil in advance to borrow money. Why is something done?
How do I say it? The means of exchange to borrow money is giving out mineral resources in order to get those funds.
What do you use the money to do?
That has been
No, the money you borrowed, the money that you not borrow, what did you use the money to? That's the main issue. If you are putting the borrow money in production, you know that it will generate something. Do you understand? It's going to bring a result. You invest, you know that that's an investment. But when you borrow money, if you want to borrow money, go to the bank, they will ask you, what's the purpose? You can give them an idea. They may set up a crack team to investigate the possibility, the viability of that idea. They may tell you that, oh, this idea is an obsolete one. There is a machine that can do this, that can handle this. So if it were a better idea, we would have been able to sponsor it. But the current reality on the ground is that this your idea is obsolete. Do you understand it? So as far the Nigerian government is borrowing money for misplaced priorities, we are going nowhere with it. It's as simple as that. You don't need rocket science. It's like the previous issue we just handled. Asking people to pray while you are holding on to the authority. You are not relinquishing, you are not resigning that I cannot provide solution to your problem. Bring in another person who can provide solution to your problem. You are not resigning because multi-security vote is coming. The day Nigerians will hold our leaders accountable to tell us, if you know how much that is being generated in this country and how the money is disappearing into private pockets, you will even ask for forgiveness. You will know that I'm being mild with our leaders when I use certain language. It's very unfortunate, but this is the reality. And too long we are continuing in this direction, we are going nowhere.